Look at this poser in the corner of the bar with his hood on. What are you gonna do? Take your little dagger and poke me in the back?
Hey, John, how about this one? Why do rogues wear leather armor? Because it's made of hide. I got a good one. If the barbarian has 10 gold pieces and the rogue steals half of it, what does the rogue take? 1d12 slashing damage.
I hate this class. Welcome back for another class guide video. In today's video, we're going to talk about the stealthy and deadly rogue. The rogue class in any game always piques my interest, for it was my class of choice in World of Warcraft back when WoW Classic was the real and only WoW around. I know, a long time ago. We're going to talk about the rogue's class features, which races go well with the rogue, and of course the 3 confirmed subclasses, one of which includes spellcasting, so you're going to want to stick around for the entire video. Also, I want to point out that a few of the rogue class features are definitely going to have to be modified for Baldur's Gate 3. For the way the game has been presented to us, some of the D&D rogue class features would be kind of useless, and I will point out those specific class features as we talk about them. But overall, this video should serve as a good foundation for what to expect for this class. If you guys end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. There will be much more Baldur's Gate 3 content on the way. Links to my Twitter and Discord will be below. Let's get right into it. A rogue relies on skill, stealth, and their opponent's vulnerabilities to gain the upper hand in just about any situation. While fighters might enjoy a long, hard-fought battle, rogues prefer to make one precise strike in a place where it counts. They can be great single-target damage dealers. Finding solutions to problems and displaying resourcefulness and versatility can also make a rogue a valued member of an adventuring party. Whether you're a rogue that focuses on stealth and deception, or one that's an expert in dungeon environments, mastering the arts of climbing, picking locks, and serving as the commander for the bomb squad, but instead of bombs, of course, traps. Avoiding danger is second nature to a rogue, which can also really make them valuable scouts. So the role that your rogue will play in your party could be a lot of things. As a rogue, you'll get more skill proficiencies than any other class, which means versatility. You can even become the strongest social character for your party. It's also important to note that playing as a rogue can be easier in terms of class management, because for the most part, unless you're playing the Arcane trickster subclass, there's not much resource management going on. There's not a million things that you have to think about and decide on each day. A rogue learns what they learn, and it's up to you to be creative in how you go about using your abilities, which is really where the fun comes in playing as a rogue. As always, before we talk about good racial choices for the rogue, let's quickly go over what ability scores you might want to focus on. The rogue's skill list and fighting style, for the most part, all relate to being fast and agile, which brings us to our first ability score to focus on, dexterity. The weapons you use and your armor will all likely benefit from having a high dexterity, so it's important to give this ability score some love. After dexterity is where it becomes less set in stone than other classes might be for their top ability scores. Wisdom is a popular choice for it's beneficial for scouting ahead and looking for traps and enemies. Constitution is always helpful for basically every class, for your Constitution modifier is added to your base HP. If you're going to play as a melee rogue, then it becomes even more important. If you're leaning more towards being that social figure, then you might want to consider charisma being one of your top scores. Intelligence can be a good idea if you really want to be that smart rogue and you're thinking of going down the spellcasting subclass of Arcane Trickster. And lastly is strength, which is commonly the rogue's dump stat, so don't worry about it unless you got some crazy build in mind. Elves are the first choice that come to mind, for all pure elf races gain a +2 to dexterity. Choosing a specific subrace of elves will depend on what secondary ability scores you're deciding to focus on. The high elf gives you that +2 to dexterity, as well as a +1 to intelligence, a great choice for an arcane trickster rogue. Wood elves give you the +2 to dexterity, as well as a +1 to wisdom. And the drow race should give you a +2 to dexterity, even though it doesn't show it here, and then it also gives you a +1 to charisma. There's some nice racial features that come with your choice of elf as well. Halflings are also one of the most solid, obvious choices for your rogue. Not only does it go well in a role-playing sense, but you also gain a +2 to dexterity with this racial choice. The sub-races of the halfling will be the Lightfoot halfling, which also gives you a +1 to charisma, as well as the naturally stealthy feature, which can help you hide. The stout halfling, if in the game, will give you a +1 to constitution and make you better at resisting poisons. Humans, like I say in every video, can be a good choice. Half elves you can't really go wrong with as well. And don't forget the forest gnome, which is great for an arcane trickster rogue. Gnomes have not been confirmed to be in the game, but it's highly likely that they will be. We don't know all of the available races yet, so there may be other great racial choices as well. Now let's go over some of the basic class features, such as your hit points and proficiencies, and then we can get into the fun stuff like your rogue's attacks and your choice of subclass. As a rogue, you'll have a hit dice of 1d8. All rogues will start off with a max of 8 HP at level 1, and from there on out, if you choose the roll system, the game will roll one 8-sided die each time you level up and add the result to your current HP. If we have the option to use the fixed rate increase, which I think we will, you will add 5 HP per level increase. 1d8 hit dice is on the lower side, but that's to be expected, for your rogue is supposed to be a nimble little fellow. Don't forget to add your constitution modifier to your base HP as well. As a rogue, you'll be proficient in light armor, and this will likely be the armor you wear, for it allows you to get the most out of your dexterity modifier. For weapons, you'll be proficient in simple weapons, hand crossbows, long swords, rapiers, and short swords. Don't forget that if you don't see a weapon that you like here, your choice of race may give you the weapon proficiency that you're still seeking, such as high elves and wood elves granting you proficiency in short and long bows. For tools, you'll have proficiency in thieves' tools, which help you with disarming traps and disarming locks. You will have proficiency in dexterity saving throws, which will help you with things such as dodging traps, and you'll also have intelligence saving throw proficiency, which can help with illusions and mental attacks. Considering that the mind flayers are going to be a prime force and they use mental attacks, this might be a nice proficiency to have. The skills category is where the rogue excels. Instead of choosing 2 skills to be proficient in like many other classes do, you get to choose 4, from acrobatics, athletics, deception, insight, intimidation, investigation, perception, performance, persuasion, sleight of hand, and stealth. There's a lot of classic roguelike skills to choose, as well as some good social skills. Stealth, perception, deception, and acrobatics are probably some of the more commonly chosen skills for rogues. Now onto the fun stuff. If we take a look at the Rogues class chart, it shows us what we gain as we level up. So at first level we gain Expertise, Sneak Attack, and Thieves' Cant. Talking about Expertise first, for it ties back into the skill proficiencies that we just talked about. Expertise will let you choose 2 of your chosen skill proficiencies, or 1 skill proficiency in Thieves' Tools, and it will double your proficiency bonus for any ability check you make that uses either of the chosen proficiencies. And then at level 6 you get to choose 2 more proficiencies to add Expertise to. This is really powerful to have. Almost every rogue will certainly add Expertise to their stealth skill. It makes you super sneaky, a true rogue. The rogue is a skilled class. They are good at a lot of things and extremely good at many of them as well. You also gain Sneak Attack at level 1, the rogue's classic famous attack, and we actually get to see this in the game. So once per turn you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature that you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. Gaining advantage on the attack roll can be done by being hidden, or attacking a prone enemy, or an enemy that is incapacitated. One thing to note though is that you don't actually need advantage to do sneak attack if an enemy of your target, so maybe your party member, is within 5 feet of the target. As long as you don't have disadvantage, in this particular situation you can do your sneak attack without actually being hidden. You must be using a finesse or ranged weapon to do sneak attack, and as you can see in the game, it gives you the option of doing a melee sneak attack or a ranged sneak attack. Your sneak attack damage will increase at levels 3, 5, 7, and 9. Max level, at least on launch of Baldur's Gate 3, is level 10, so there's no need to talk about anything past level 10 in this video. So sneak attack is all about trying to create that situation where you can use it, whether it be from you being hidden or having a party member help you. However you go about it, it is a powerful attack and offers that great single target damage. Also, if you roll a crit, which is a d20 on your attack roll, the game will likely let you roll your sneak attack dice again for even more damage, or it'll just double your damage. Here's an example of sneak attack being used in Baldur's Gate 3.
Hello. So this is my sneak attack. So if I do it from melee, I get 1d6 extra damage while sneaking.
Also at level 1 you gain Thieves' Cant. This is a feature that could be in the game, but it also very well might not be. It's basically like a secret language or code that thieves can communicate by, not going to get into it too much. Now on to Rogue class level 2, where you gain a feature called Cunning Action. This is another one that I don't really want to talk about too much because of what it does. So Cunning Action lets you take a bonus action in combat to use dash, disengage, or hide. From what we've already seen in Baldur's Gate 3, everyone gets to already use a bonus action in combat and do actions such as dash and disengage. So everyone basically already kinda has this feature or some level of it, which makes it not nearly as special for the rogue. It will be interesting to see how Larian Studios alters the rogue to make some features such as this somehow actually benefit you. Larian did bring this up and it sounds like they have some sort of plan in mind. Finally, we made it to Rogue class level 3, which is where we get to choose our Rogue's archetype, which is essentially your subclass in Baldur's Gate 3. There are 3 confirmed archetypes: Thief, Assassin, and Arcane Trickster. Let's break them all down, starting with the Thief. As a thief, you hone your skills in the larcenous arts. You may be a burglar, bandit, cut purse, or maybe you're an explorer, treasure seeker, or an investigator. Upon choosing this archetype at level 3, you will gain Fast Hands, which will let you use a bonus action to make a dexterity sleight of hand check, use your thieves' tools to disarm a trap or open a lock, or take the use an object action. This feature relates back to Cunning Action, so it may be modified as well. At class level 3 as a thief, you will also gain Second Story Work. This feature will allow your rogue to climb faster. Climbing no longer costs you extra movement. Your running jump will also be increased by a number of feet equal to your dexterity modifier. And the last feature you will gain as the thief is at class level 9, and this is called Supreme Sneak. Supreme Sneak will give you advantage on dexterity stealth checks if you move no more than half your speed on the same turn. A great feature for a thief rogue, or for any rogue really. As an assassin, you focus your training on the grim art of death. A popular choice for a rogue, for that description alone gets you pumped up. Hired killers, spies, bounty hunters, and others of the like will make up this subclass. Stealth, poison, and disguise will help you eliminate your foes with deadly efficiency. At class level 3, you will gain bonus proficiencies, which will make you proficient in the tools of the Disguise Kit and the Poisoner's Kit. Now you will have 3 total tool proficiencies as a rogue. That's crazy. A Disguise Kit, if in the game, will let you change your physical appearance, and a Poisoner's Kit will let you create deadly poisons. At level 3, you'll also get a feature called Assassinate. Who would have guessed? Assassinate will give you advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. So what advantage will do is the game will roll 2d20s for your attack roll instead of 1, taking the higher result. This gives you a much better chance of success with your attack roll, which determines if you hit or miss your strike. In addition to that, any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. A creature that doesn't notice a threat will be considered as surprised. A great classic sounding type rogue attack that is very powerful. Here's a gameplay clip of a creature being surprised by a rogue. It's not the actual assassinate ability, but you can see the surprised condition. At class level 9 as an assassin, you gain Infiltration Expertise. If this one is in the game, it will be very cool, but it's hard to say if it will be. Infiltration Expertise basically lets you unfailingly create a false identity for yourself. After a certain amount of time and a certain amount of gold pieces spent, you can very professionally fool others into thinking you're someone that you're not. Maybe you insinuate yourself into the company of wealthy merchants so you can get close to gain some information, or maybe you're looking to assassinate someone. It will be interesting if this is put in the game, and really cool to see how Larian Studios handles it. Arcane Trickster is the unique one here, for your rogue will gain the spellcasting feature, enhancing your stealth and agility with magic, and learning tricks of enchantment and illusion is the way of this archetype. Pickpocketers, burglars, pranksters, mischief makers, and adventurers may all be Arcane Tricksters. Right upon choosing this subclass at class level 3, you will gain spellcasting. In particular, you'll gain access to wizard spells. If we take a look at the Arcane Wizard spellcasting chart, it will show us how many cantrips and spells known and spell slots that you'll have at each class level. Right away at level 3, your Arcane Trickster will learn 3 cantrips, Mage Hand and your choice of 2 other cantrips from the wizard spell list. It will not be until max level 10 where you can learn 1 more cantrip. At class level 3, you will also have 3 spells known. When you reach max level 10, you'll end up knowing 7 spells. The spells that you can choose from are from the wizard spell list, but the only choices available at first will be spells that fall under the enchantments or illusion magic schools. However, at class level 8 specifically, you can choose a spell from any school of magic, an important choice for the Arcane Trickster at class level 8. Whenever you gain a level in this class, you can replace one of the wizard spells you know with another spell of your choice. As an Arcane Trickster, Intelligence will be your spellcasting ability. Your Intelligence modifier will play a role in determining your spell save DC and spell attack modifier, so it's important to have a decent Intelligence ability score when using this subclass. Also at class level 3, you'll gain Mage Hand Legerdemain, which basically lets you turn Mage Hand invisible. An added rogue touch to magic right there. This can be used for things such as stealing things or even using thieves' tools to pick locks and disarm traps at range. Pretty cool. And the last feature you'll gain with this subclass is at class level 9, and it's called Magical Ambush. Magical Ambush is if you're hidden from a creature when you cast a spell on it, the creature has disadvantage on any saving throw it will make against the spell this turn. Your chances of success have dramatically improved. So those are the 3 confirmed subclasses for the Rogue. There are other subclasses, but we don't know if they're going to be in the game yet, but those 3 that we just talked about, we're told will certainly be in the game. To finish up the video, we have to go over some of the remaining general class features that you'll gain after class level 3. At class level 4, as well as 8 and 10, you'll gain an ability score improvement, which is where you can add 2 ability score points to the abilities of your choice. If you do not want to take this ability score improvement, you may instead choose a feat. At class level 5, you'll gain Uncanny Dodge, which is when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you. At class level 6, you'll gain Expertise and 2 other skills of your choice, which we talked about earlier. At class level 7, you'll gain Evasion, which can be super helpful. Evasion will let you nimbly dodge out of the way of certain area effects, such as an Ice Storm spell or a Dragon's Fiery Breath. When you're subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw to take only half damage, you instead take no damage if you succeed on the saving throw and only half if you fail. So that's basically it for the Rogue. You can get really creative with this class with how you approach and handle different situations, which makes for a lot of fun. Now when Larian Studios actually releases the Baldur's Gate 3 version of the Rogue, I will certainly do a video explaining what changes have been made, and I'll just do an entirely new class guide video, but this video still should give you a basic understanding for the Rogue, for I would assume that most general things will definitely remain the same for this class. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's a huge help to my videos. I do all sorts of content on this channel, ranging from comedy videos to live streams to game tutorials to game reviews. I actually might start doing a more consistent live streaming schedule here soon. When I figure out my schedule, I'll let you guys know. I apologize, this video seems like a little bit more mellow. I'm a little bit more tired than normal this weekend, but I'll get back into it soon. Until next time.